Hello there, my name is Valerie White Williams and I'm a voice teacher and vocal coach with Vocal Splendor Studios. I teach online voice and piano lessons all over the world using Zoom, FaceTime, and Skype. If you are interested in getting some lessons, please go to my website at vocalsplendor.com. But for today, I am doing another reaction video. This time we're doing a blast in the past, listening to foreigner singer Gramm, I think that's his name. I should check these things. Listening to I Want to Know What Love Is, live at Farm Aid 1985. All right, let's have a listen.
This time. Take a little time to think things over.
Nice, raspy, pretty voice, naturally.
Better read between the lines, in case I need it when I'm older. This mountain I must climb. Feels like the world upon my shoulder.
Shoulder, not shoulder.
Through the clouds I see love shine. Keeps me warm as life grows colder. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if
I'm going to stop just for a minute. I'm seeing something really interesting happen with his left shoulder. I have to watch a bit more, but it seems like when he is energizing his voice, he does this shoulder shake. In my life, there's something in pain. So it's kind of like an effect. It might be something that he learned, or maybe it's something that he's kind of, I call it a compensating technique. It sounds to me at this point that he could use a bit more of the breath energy that I teach all my clients, because it seems like he's grabbing energy sometimes from the shoulder. Now the shoulder doesn't really have anything to do with the vocal cords, but when I see these like overcompensating activities to get energy, but what it does is it keeps energy from where it should be, which is down here. So let's keep watching and see if this is continuing.
Face it again. I can't stop now. I've traveled so far. The change is lonely life.
Now I did see that change is. He did feel that abdominal kind of energy in the rib cage just now. So I know that he does know how to breathe, but sometimes that shoulder comes in, or maybe it's just kind of his way of emoting, so it makes it more intense.
I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me.
Want ya?
I wanna feel what love is. Now you can show me. Oh yeah. Take a little time to look around me. I got nowhere left to hide. Looks like love has finally found me. In my life, there's been heartache and pain, and I don't know if I can face it again. I can't stop now. I've traveled so far. The change is lonely life. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me.
stop you right there. I mean to comment on this. This is what we call singing with the consonants, because he's using the word love is. I want to know what love is. So when we say it, we say, I want to know what love is. So really there's a viz in there. And so a lot of singers go, I want to know what love is. And they have this glottal attack. But he's saying viz, and so is the choir. So when you're singing a lyric where there is an open vowel, you can connect it that way. I want to know what love is. So that viz gives a lot of strength to that tone versus I want to know what love is. Then it's kind of going to be a little bit more strain in that. But good. Let's keep going. To watch. I remember that band when I was in high school, but to be honest, I didn't really follow rock music that much back then. I was into jazz and classical, but hey, never too late, right? And of course, Foreigner was always a really rock solid band. Always sounded really good. Lou Gramm has that kind of bari tenor sound where there's like a lot of gruffness to his tone, and then he can go up really high. And he was pretty good at riffing too. I know with the gospel choir, I think it kind of inspired him because that's what we call and response, where there's just the choir keeps singing over and over again. I want to know what love is, now to find it. Not saying the words right. And then he riffs over it. And it was really fun to hear him improvise. Improvise meaning not that he's making stuff up, they're not prepared. Someone once commented about that. I think English was a second language for them. But to improvise means in a musical setting, you're listening to the chord changes and you're actually making up different riffs and patterns, sometimes phrases, sometimes singing different, like, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So that's called call and response, and it's a really common effect in rock and pop and more contemporary American-based music. But I really enjoyed seeing him do that and feeling the energy with the choir. And again, I got a little distracted by the shoulder. And maybe that's something, because when I was a young voice student, I did a voice contest or competition where we were getting graded. And I was doing a lot of shoulder action and I got graded down for it. But that's for a classical contest where we're supposed to look very still. But it was just kind of interesting to see that shoulder because it was somewhat a theme of this concert. Now, I don't know if it's something that maybe he did because he was tired. Maybe he did it to feel the emotion. That was his left shoulder, and I've noticed with singers, sometimes the left part of the body or the non-dominant body will sometimes show tension or show emotion in ways that you're not always aware of it. Another thing a lot of singers do sometimes is they will make their hand into a claw. You can't see my claw, but like, you know, so your hand is kind of betraying that tension or nervousness. Now, of course, at this time in their career, they were a very well-established rock band, playing not casinos, that's now. Playing arenas was not a big deal, but it looked like this was mid-set, like they were already kind of a bit tired when this whole production came through. So that could be why that shoulder action was showing up. You know, I don't know, I can only speculate whether that was consistent in his singing or just this time, but the truth about that shoulder, it's not that the shoulder raising is going to affect the larynx because it's not part of that, but I call that a compensatory movement. Sometimes people do those things because they're not really getting enough with the breath energy, which they can be taught, so only use that. But again, I don't know. Still a great voice. Love to hear a bit more. If there's some other live performance from this era, I'd love to hear it again. I guess this band was with me because I've been watching Stranger Things. And so I was hearing some Foreigner songs with that soundtrack, which is great. There's so many great bands in this 80s era, and I missed a lot of them, I'm sorry to say. But there you go. Great singer, great sound, and I'd love to hear more. So please let me know in the comments any other Foreigner songs I should listen to, any other great 80s bands with these great tenors that were singing, some of them buried tenors. I'd love to hear that too. All right, thanks again for the likes, shares, and subscribes. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.